songs were on that self-destruction thing. She was fresh out of first one in her family gun. In California seemed like heaven. Pulaski, Tennessee was her home. She worked on losing her southern accent and turned her back on her Baptist way. She bought some clothes that barely covered her fair skin body, went to Nashville and caught a plane. Well, the clouds, they rushed beneath her as the LA smog filled the air, and she smiled when the airlock opened and the Pacific breeze blew through her hair. She thought about the boys from Alabama who came into town every Friday night and drank beer out of Glen Creek glass quart bottles, left their trail of blood and tears behind. She thought the men in California would be different. She grew up watching them TV. But the men she came to know in California left her longing for Pulaski, Tennessee. Good ideas always start with a full glass, and just breathing here can make a girl's nose bleed. Dreams here live and die just like a stray dog on a dirt road somewhere in Tennessee. The storefronts are all filled up with eyeballs as the policemen clear out the street for a line of cars with their headlights burning, driving slow through Pulaski, Tennessee. When I saw her standing there with her bright eyes and shining hair, she was looking back at me. Some are meant to sing, some are meant to talk, and some aren't meant to say a thing. But when she opened up her mouth and that sweet voice came out, I lost track of my own name. Now she's found herself, and I lost mine, and I'm just another guy who can't give her anything. Well, the drifter, he holds on to his youth just like it was money in the bank. And Lord knows I can't change. Sounds better in the song than it does with hell to pay. I might as well have slipped the ring on her finger from the window of a van as it drove away. 'Cause now she's found herself, and I lost mine, and I'm just another guy who can't give her anything. Dreams are given to you when you're young enough to dream them, before they can do you any harm. After seeing what they really are. Now she used to dream them with me, every single crazy one, till they started hurting her too. Now she's got some of her own, and outgrowing me might be the best thing for her she's ever done. A light that's meant to shine as bright as hers can't be kept in the shadows for too long. A heart that wants to live and a soul that wants to give can't just sit at home alone. Lord, she gave me everything, never wanted anything I couldn't give, just what was inside of me. Now she's found herself, and I lost mine, and I'm just another guy who can't give her anything. Now she's found herself, and I lost mine, and I'm just another guy who can't give her anything. If I make it through this year, I think I'm gonna put this bottle there. I guess as time goes on, I'll grow less and less than I will now. And I think I'm gonna tell her that I'm gonna go away for a while, till I can get this feeling now. do the thing and just let you. When I'm 6 feet on the ground, I'll need a drink or two. And I'll sure miss you. Take me piece by piece till there ain't nothing left worth taking away from me. Highway's humming in my head, that's all I hear. Did you read my lips if I pulled you down? Did you read my fortune in the bottom of this coffee cup? Can you tell me how to tell when I've had enough? Whiskey's harder to keep than a woman, and it's sad and sweet for women without whiskey. Women without whiskey. Whiskey's hard to beat. Whiskey's hard to beat. I'll play y'all something I never played before. No, I've played it before. Yeah, that's one of my old friends here, Chip. Y'all give Chip a hand. We've known each other for about, 25 years. If I could have one wish right now, I'd be about as half as tough as I pretend I am. Then I wouldn't care how empty this old house feels. I could take her things and take them far away from around here. I could make sure no dirt ever got on her name, 'cause looking at that stone would bring me so much pain. I could go into town wearing my finest clothes. I could turn these tears into blood and make it run ice cold. Space City's 1 hour up the road from me. 1 hour away from as close to the moon as anybody down here's ever gonna be. And somewhere beyond that big white light is where my heart is gone. And somewhere she's wondering what's taking me so long. My hands are as good to me as they've ever been, and I ain't ashamed of anything my hands ever did. But sometimes the words I used were as hard as my fist. She had the strength of a man and the heart of a child, I guess. Space City's 1 hour up the road from me. It's 1 hour away from as close to the moon as anybody down here's ever gonna be. Somewhere beyond that big white light is where my heart is gone. Somewhere she's wondering what's taking me so long. I'm sorry, I fart.
Cotton seed.
I came to tell my story to all these young and eager minds. They're looking at their unspoiled faces and their curious bright eyes. Stories of corruption, crime, and killing, yes, it's true. Greed and fixed elections, guns and drugs and whores and booze. It's been a while since I put on a suit of my own clothes, and even longer since I cast my shadow on the church house door. They say every sin is deadly, but I believe they may be wrong. I'm guilty of all sin and I don't feel too bad at all. And I used to have a wad of $100 bills in the back pocket of my suit. I had a 45 underneath my coat and another one in my boot. I drove a big old Cadillac, bought a new one anytime I please. And I put more lawmen in the ground than Alabama put cotton seed. Spent a few years on vacation, sanctioned by the state I mentioned. But see, a man like me don't do no time too hard to come back from. The meanest of the mean, you simply lock away and toss the key. But they're just loudmouth punks to me, or scrape liquor off my shoe. Somewhere I ain't saying there's a hole that holds a judge. The last one that I dug myself, and I must admit I was. Sad to lay him in it, but I did the best I could. 'Cause once his honor rose a conscience, folks out there just ain't no good. And there's a pretty girl out there said, Daddy, you stay cool tonight. All I need from you is to come home and be here by my side. Say what you gotta say to shut their Bible in their mouth. If they was to tie a noose, they'd have to lay their Bibles down. I ain't here to save no souls, and even if I could, I could never save enough to put back half the ones I took. But if they rest in torment, you can't say it's cause of me. They'd long been born to pay boots in Tennessee. And I used to have a wad of $100 bills in the back pocket of my suit. I had a 45 underneath my coat and another one in my boot. I drove a big old Cadillac, bought a new one anytime I pleased. And I put more lawmen in the ground than Alabama put cotton seed. And there's a pretty girl out there said, Daddy, you stay cool tonight. All I need from you is to come home and be here by my side. Say what you gotta say to shut their Bibles in their mouths. If there was to tie a noose, they'd have to lay their Bibles down. Thank you. Oh, chill out, man. As long as this is still here, I'm chained to the porch. Car goes by, I want to chase it. Anybody taping tonight? Oh, shit, look at that. Man, shit. Probably pick up Chinese public access on that shit, can't you? All right, here's a brand new song. Bob goes to church every Sunday that the fish ain't bite. Bob never has to have dinner with the preacher cause Bob never bothered getting married. He likes to drink a beer or two every now and again. He always had more dogs than he ever had friends. Bob ain't light in the loafers. He might kneel, but he never bends over. Well, Bob takes care of his mama. She's the only one he lets call him Robert. That cracks me up, too. She don't drive anymore, so it takes her to the store and keeps her house looking just like she wants it. Every week at the beauty shop, Bob's mama hears of another woman's made another man disappear. Robert ain't exactly scared of women. He's just got his own way of living. Bob's still got an antenna on a pole. 2 channels come in, 2 more come and go. He used to watch the news, but he don't anymore. Ain't none of it new, it's the same as before. He figures all any of it's any good for is keeping everybody bored till there ain't nobody like Bob anymore. Bob takes care of his mama. She's a mess, but he feels like he oughta. How big a mess today? Ask Bob, he'll say she's a big one and she's gonna be a lotta. He likes to drink a beer or 2 every now and again. He always had more dogs than he ever had friends. Bob ain't light in the loafers. He might kneel, but he never bends over. Daddy didn't pull out, but he never apologized. Rock and roll means well, but he can't help telling young boys lies. Baby, on the wings a good enough reason to get you out of life. Get you out without having to swallow any pride. All my friends are restless, all they do is talk it down. 2 or 8 lanes, it don't matter, it's just another town. There's a fool on every corner, on every street, in everyone. And I'd rather be your fool nowhere than go somewhere and be no one. So marry me, sweet thing, won't you marry me? Your mama thinks I beat anything she's ever seen. This old town's alright with me, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Long as they stay mad at one another, well, they can't get mad at me. Every time I leave here, something bad happens to me. Like a busted hand on finding some man laying where I sleep. She don't mean nothing to me, that's just how it goes round here. It's a cartoon town, I played my part, I ain't spoke her name in years. So marry me, sweet thing, won't you marry me? Your mama thinks I beat anything she's ever seen. Well, this old town's alright with me, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Long as they stay mad at one another, well, they can't get mad at me. Don't want anything I've done be nobody's fault. Even if they got more money now than they got bought. That's just how it went down. Right or wrong, it's just that way. Just cause I don't run my mouth don't mean I got nothing to say. Marry me, sweet thing, won't you marry me? Your mama thinks I'll beat anything she's ever seen. Well, this old town's alright with me, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Long as they stay mad at one another, boy, they can't get mad at me. So marry me. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate it. Thanks to the Earl DBT crew for driving all the way over from Atlanta. Y'all the coolest guys in the world. Y'all take care. Well, it's a damn good thing to come play at the Earl and not have to kick anybody in the back of the fucking head. So I have lipstick on my face. I just kissed it was my wife I kissed. No, it's good to not see you. I'm coming home with a bottle, trying not to break the seal. But this Friday evening traffic is about enough to break a man's will. And I can't wait to see you and see how your week is gone. Tear into old number 7 and make love till dawn. But your mama, she'll be calling if she ain't knocking on the door. And it won't take me long to remember what I brought that bottle home for. And we'll all get to fighting just like we always do. Saturday morning, I'll be singing these blues. Last night I heart overflow. Nothing to cover up with. You gotta be real good, girl, I must admit. You pack a pretty mean punch for such a pretty little bitch, and it's a shame. Most folks don't ever know love like this. Come Monday morning, I'll be sore to a fare thee well. Just cussing God and America, begging them both just to send me on hell. 'Cause the boss don't want no excuses when it comes time to get on the clock. Without that paycheck, I lose the rest of what sweet love I got. Last night I slept with my boots on again. One cut on my forehead, one on my chin, on my heart overflow. Nothing to cover up with. You got a real good girl, I must admit. You pack a pretty mean punch for such a pretty little bitch, and it's a shame to know most folks don't ever know love like this. It's a shame most folks don't ever know love like this. Close to death before, but we're just too drunk to know. It's the price of being sober, is being scared out of your mind. When it comes your time to go, ain't no good way to go about it. Ain't no use saying think about it. You just drive yourself insane. Comes a time for everything, and the time is gone for you. Shut your mouth and get your ass on the plane. you ask, well, I'll ask the man when I get a chance. All I know right now is there's somewhere else I'm supposed to be. When it comes your time to go, ain't no good way to go about it. Ain't no use in thinking about it. You just drive yourself insane. Comes the time for everything, and the time has come. Shut your mouth and get your ass on the plane. Well, screaming engines, shooting flames, dirty needles and cheap cocaine. Some gal's old man with a gun. For me, it's all the same. That is dead and it ain't no different. Walking around if you ain't good. Living in fear's just another way of time before your time. When it comes your time to go, ain't no good way to go about it. Ain't no use in thinking about it. You just drive yourself insane. Comes the time for everything, and the time has come for you. Shut your mouth and get your ass on the plane. Shut your mouth and get your ass on the plane. Lord have mercy. My daddy's second chance, he went end over end. First hit, he went pro and he lost part of his eyesight, so he couldn't race no more. He never lost his touch when he got under a hood. He knew how to make him run. He knew when they would see his name in Victory Lane and engraved on that cup, just like all them other crazy fools who racing in the club. Put me on his lap when he'd drive and I'd take the wheel and he'd say, what do you think about that, son? How does she feel? Just put her in the legs, get long enough to reach the gas. Once you put her on the floor one time, there ain't no turning back. Every Saturday he'd take me out to the garage. He'd take an empty bucket, fill it full of engine parts. He'd sit me down and pour them out in front of me on the floor. I'd have to tell him what each one was and what each one was for. He'd tell me in his old car and go down to the race that night. He'd tell me what each driver was doing wrong, what each one did right. He could always pick the winner before they ever took a curve. Number 3 might have the car before the 3's got the nerve. Before I turned 18, that is sitting out pretty soon. You'll be old enough to race, but I'm gonna leave it up to you. Taught you all about it, taught you everything I know. You gotta have a car to do it, you gotta work to buy your own. The first one that I bought was a Mustang number 2. Nobody kept them any longer. Then they kept a pair of shoes. They started showing up at every used car lot in town. V8 on the down. We checked her out real good, cleaned her up, poured her out. Took out all the seats, pulled the carpet off the floors, knocked out all the glass, then we welded up the doors. Well, the first time that I raced, my qualifying was a shame. I started out way in the back and came back about the same. Pulled her in the pit, couldn't look my daddy in the eye. He said, if you quit now, son, it's gonna haunt you all your life. See, it ain't about the money or even being number one. You gotta know when it's all over, you did the best you could have done. And knowing that it's in you, and you never let it out, it's worse than blowing any engine on a regular route. Since then I wrecked a bunch of cars, and I broke a bunch of bones. It's anybody's race out there, and I learned to run my own. I'd shove them in the wall, I'd hit them from behind, I'd let them know that I was there, I'd let them know that track was mine. It's been several years since my daddy passed away, but his picture's on my dash every time I go to race. Lost more than I won, but I ain't gonna give up till they put me in the ground. And daddy's name is on that cup. Thank y'all again for coming out. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, y'all. Thanks again to the Earl, DVT crew for drumming all the way over. And all of y'all for coming out. Thanks.